Hey out there, I'm Saba, and I originate an expression called the Tao of Equipoise. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to return to your true radial symmetry. So we've all heard the metaphor of returning to and through your center, being centered. The metaphors abound. So most of us have encountered this concept before in an abstract sense, though it really hasn't come forth that we actually have radial symmetry, a true physical center within our physical bodies. And in fact, the nature or the premise of bilateral symmetry is actually a fallacy. We are 3/4 dimensional physical beings. We inhabit a 3/4 dimensional spatial physical reality. We are spherical, we are toroidal, we are dynamic, we are not static, there is no stasis. Nothing ever is still in this physical expression. And we are not of bilateral symmetry. That is a dualistic concept that has come from this field of opposites paradigm and has been perpetuated throughout hundreds of years, if not millennium. And what it has done is it has separated our mind from our body. Our body is a 3/4 dimensional, radially symmetrical physical expression. And we have an actual center through which our toroidal nature, our physical body flows. The fascial system is what creates the tensegral omnitone that generates our physical form from a cellular level all the way to what we would consider the outside edges of our form that we can perceive and that we know through our third, fourth physical sensory systems. And our mind, not the thinking conceptual mind that's abstract, but the brain itself, our proprioceptive state of feeling and knowing where we are, sensing where we are, is happening through our radial center, because that is our true architecture. So our body is always looking and feeling and figuring out gyroscopically how to keep us in a vertical state. And it's truly not anything to do with gravity. Even when we're upside down or sideways, we still have this vertical vortice running through, which is creating radial symmetry. So if we think of ourselves in flat land, in a two-dimensional concept, we have an X, a Y, and a Z axis. What we can do for ourselves right away to start pulling our perspective out of that flat land, away from that field of opposites, so that we can begin understanding and perceiving our true physical nature, is to spin those axes and turn them into vortices, turn them into omni-spiraling vortices. And our central vertical vortice is what we're going to be re-attuning through in this video. So I'm going to step back a bit so you can see my feet. And what you're going to do, you might want to watch the video first and then practice again with me, because we're going to have our eyes closed. So the first thing you're going to do is just stand in a relaxed way like you normally would. You're in line at the grocery store, let's say. And you're going to close your eyes. You're going to lift all 10 toes. You're going to lift all 10 toes as high up. Pull them as close to your body as you physically can without falling back. And you might feel like you're going to fall back. In fact, often my clients will kind of head that way and then catch themselves, which is actually perfect. That's exactly the natural response. So keeping your eyes closed and all 10 toes lifted as high as you can lift them, get in your body and feel what's happening. And what you're probably noticing is a high degree of fascial and muscular tone coming in to naturally support you through your central vortice. Now, keeping your eyes closed, drop your toes and take good care and pay good attention to feel what happens when you do that. And you probably will notice that when most of us drop our toes down, we fall forward in space. And what is happening is we are falling away from our vortice, our central spiraling vortice. And that will show you how far away, which is not just a physical expression or a physical reality, but also a metaphor for how far away we are from our true nature, our true self. So returning our physical bodies through this central vortex, and it's really about a 2-centimeter radius. It's a very tight spin. So you can imagine yourself as an hourglass. Here's the top of the hourglass. It comes into its tightest spin here, and then it opens up again. And that spin right through the center has a very, very high spin ratio. And it's meant to have a high spin ratio so that it keeps our body in a synergistic attunement, meaning all the systems are functioning in their highest potential. They are functioning far beyond the sum of the parts, which really speaks to potential. So the more often our body returns through the center, the more often we return and reorient ourselves into that reflexive state, because this is a reflexive state. Our proprioceptive sensory system wants us to be coming through our center at all times, because this is the architectural design. So it is a negentropic, self-organizing principle that pulls us, it's always pulling us back through. Our sensory systems are all generating, like a gyroscope, the energy flow through our center. And this is spoken of quite clearly in many of the Eastern philosophies that we're all very drawn to. And this is the literal physical aspect of that, what we know so far to date as a metaphor. And it has implications that abound if you begin to think about the implications of being through your physical center. Then your mind attunes through your body. It brings the mind back through the body, so it becomes the heart mind. Anyway, I'll let you all meditate on that. There's much to discover in the return and reorientation through our true physical center. Okay, take care for now. Bye.